Tarot. Oh, good grief.
All right.
Good to see you in Moonlight. No sound though still? There we go. We are here. Well, you know, we've had a few snafus of late. I lost sound on my Tarot Talk show last night for a while, too. I had to use a headset, but I couldn't hear everybody. It was really weird. They couldn't hear me for a while, then I couldn't hear them. I don't know. But anyway, we digress. Anyway, Mr. O is getting in the April Fool's mood. You know, we are having also the Unhappy Hour show, which I guarantee you...
April Fools and Scorpio. What could go wrong?
Just... But, you know, it's going to be a good show, the Unhappy Hour. Trust me on this. Do check it out if you have time. And it is a video, but we will be live in the chat for that. And that's coming out at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Saturday.
April Fool's Day. Unless, of course, that's the April Fool's joke.
No.
Which day
on Sunday, of
will
course,
it
we'll be
be?
doing our live show during that time.
Or will
Oh, my
we?
goodness. I'm sorry I'm a little addled. I had a doctor's appointment today. I got a lot of blood drawn. So maybe that's affecting my brain a little bit. And I thank my partner, Mr. O, for sitting through all that with me.
The things I do for love.
So anyway, that was that. I am using today for the collective the Season of the Witch Beltane Oracle once more, as the season is approaching.
Oh, that reminds me, Mr. O's setup is incomplete. I don't have the card holder.
Oh, yeah, you're missing something.
I have to go up and get it.
Well, I can shuffle and
Shuffle forever, dear.
cut and pull a card. How about that?
That works.
I can also make some other announcements. I can talk about my doctor appointment. I'm doing well considering, but you know, the doctor's very upfront with me, which I really, well, for the most part, I'm hoping. I really appreciate. You know, he's not mincing words in telling me that even though I'm being maintained, you know, the drug does not cure the disease, and I know that. So, you know, it is what it is, but he gives me a real positive prognosis. He's still talking 20 years, so I feel pretty good about that. And there are more tests in my future. I'm thinking of taking, I just took a real heavy genetic profile test today with my blood, and coming in the fall, I'm thinking of taking another test that's really going to look at some of the changes going on in my bone marrow and what's happening there, and that could indicate the future progression or not of my disease. So, I mean, it will progress eventually, but whether it turns into something like leukemia or I stay the course, that's another matter. So, you know, I didn't get any terrible news, and actually I feel pretty good lately. So there's a lot to be thankful and grateful for. All right. And you know what I forgot? I'm going to talk about an incomplete set. I don't have the Lenormand tiles, and they're somewhere back there. Once I pull the card, though, and give the card, we will do it. Oh, I like this card because it is, even though I can't sing, it is something I like to do, and not all of these are songs, but it is the card for chant. I do create a lot of chants. I do like that. All right.
4.
Speaking your truth. Hear me loud, hear me roar, for I am here in my truth. Communication isn't just about listening. It's true that you must be willing to hear different sides of a story and give others their space to be heard. But you also need your time to share what is within your soul. You have pulled chant because your voice needs to be heard. There's a strength and authority in you that is also ready to take charge of your situation. Not only that, But you may find others have been looking to you for guidance, and your willingness to share your truth gives others permission to share theirs as well. It's like hearing a sudden voice in a room of silence, singing the beginning of a moving song. Then one by one, others join in, until the room is full of the melodic thunder. You have more influence than you probably realize, and it's time for you to step up by allowing others to see that you will be silenced no more. Boy, do I like that card. Can anybody keep me quiet?
I can't.
And, that is the point. Speak your truth. Be authentic, too, Nobody likes somebody who doesn't say what they mean, right? You got to say what you mean and mean what you say and be authentic, and you will get people flocking to you. That's all I can say. Don't be afraid to use the voice. I grew up, surprisingly to some of you, as a very shy child, and I can tell you that, finding my voice was a long-term process. But once I have, there's no stopping it. So that's what I have for the collective. Good luck with that. All right, I see Kara's here, and as you can see, Kara, Sunny is here as well. Oh, chance. I see. Yes, I really do like chanting. I think there's a lot of power in voice. Like speaking even affirmations. I like affirmations a lot. And, I like to do that. I like to look in the mirror and talk to myself sometimes. He knows
What
that.
she doesn't know is that I'm listening on the other side of the door. And so then sometimes I'll go, so it is written. No,
So what have I been saying lately? Hey, Angel Rivera, good to see you.
Hi, Angel.
So as I was telling people in a joke that didn't quite work on Twitter, that the only really bad news I got from my doctor today is that, it was actually from the medical assistant who measured my height. I lost an inch in height. Where did it go? So product of old age and aging bones, I'm sure. But now, instead of being 5 feet tall, I'm only 4'11".
Your new motto, I shall shortly be passing by.
Will you still like me when I'm 4'11"?
I'll have to bend over a little bit more.
Oh,
We could make a game of it.
All right. We're being totally silly here. It's been that kind of day. So I guess we should get going, eh? Do you have any other announcements you want to throw out there?
No.
Hey, I do. Mr. O's shows are just flying off the roof lately. What was the show that got 52 likes?
I have 52
viewers?
52 views for the last episode of my Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. Just in case you didn't know, it's on Friday mornings at 7 o'clock, but you can watch it anytime because it's pre-recorded. I was amazed.
Yeah, that's the highest he's gotten in viewership.
Probably for that one.
I got up to 29, so guys, material matters. You gotta come out, check it out. Let's not let Mr. O steal the show in the audience here, huh?
I guess it's my charm factor, Yeah.
Nothing. Well, and also it's about the emotions, Mr. O. Maybe more people are interested in love than money these days.
They're calling you Hobbit Woman.
Hobbit woman. Well, that's kind of cute. I don't mind being a hobbit woman.
That means you have hairy toes.
Oh, well, I don't have that. I don't think.
Let's check. Thank you for the nice comments. Thank you. Okay, so who are we on?
We are on Moonlight.
That's right,
first.
Moonlight. Did we get our question? Or are we just going to go
I
on?
think Violet did get a question from them. Or let's see, it was at the top.
That is true. Oh, that's right. It was for a general. Thank you, Violet.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to... Did you ever get your Lenormands?
Thanks, Violet. I did not. I'll go get it. So, a general... Okay.
All right, and then I'm going to use the Neon Tarot.
I have to move my table a little bit. All right. They are at the ready.
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin.
Snap a bit. See what falls in the hand. All right. Oh, that one wanted to come out
All
right
right.
away.
First card, reversed Page of Swords.
All right.
And then it's another page, the reversed Page of Wands. So it's like messages or things starting up.
Well, it's interesting. You'll see in a minute.
And then, of course, a reversed Major Arcana, the Emperor.
Wow.
So Banshee draws the Anchor
And a card of communication.
and the Birds, the card of communication. Well, the pages are about communications, but in this instance, these pages could be saying that maybe you're going to receive not great news. It may be about situations like either business related or related to goals you have. Some of this may hint that if you were possibly hoping for good news, you're going to be disappointed. It may be that you're not in control of a situation. I could see it being the possibility of a number of things, like maybe a message comes to you saying a job you wanted, you're not going to get it, or something like that. So it could be other kinds of news that maybe relates to downturns. They could also just relate to maybe unexpected change in direction of other plans too. Like, so for example, if you're waiting on getting information about travel plans or plans related to goals, there may be delays involved there. The key in this instance, I think, is the Emperor reversed, because it may indicate that you just don't have as much control as you need over those situations. So if it was something like a job interview, then maybe you weren't able to really represent things the way you wanted to for some reason or another. But it could also pertain to other goals. You just weren't able to have a hands-on thing with certain goals or certain ventures you were trying to get across.
Well, you know what, Moonlight? I don't know if I look at the Emperor as the key, but I do think it is a key card here.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm looking at the Page of Wands as the key in this instance, and that's what's going to happen. I feel as though there is some disappointing news. Now, whether it's involving personal relations with others, whether, there's canceled appointments that you needed, there's delayed communications with somebody, or no communication from somebody you were hoping to hear from. And I feel here the two outer cards kind of play together here. The Page of Swords might be indicating too that be careful how you respond to this. Don't let yourself get carried away by emotions or anything. The Page of Swords reversed would indicate to me you really got to make sure this doesn't rattle your cage, whatever it is. You have to communicate clearly and effectively to figure out what went wrong and why. And the Emperor reversed is just indicating to me, like he had suggested, that you need to get a handle on this. You need to behave in a more responsible manner, communicate effectively, and listen to whatever the reasons are for whatever went wrong here. And when I look at the birds and the anchor, that kind of fits right in with this, because the birds are about, you're going to need to make some calls, you're going to need to talk to someone or people, in order to make things stabilize again, because there's that anchor. So I think how you communicate in the situation when it happens is going to be important.
And I have another thought about the Page of Swords reverse, which is, of course, it just sort of enhances what we already said about keeping your cool, because this says that maybe there may be a tendency for you to say something tacky or undiplomatic in a situation where maybe you just sort of need to keep that even sense of control there, and not either let temper or something else sway you to acting out a little bit even. But I agree with Banshee too, with the birds and the anchor. The idea here is that you're going to want to keep as many resources as you can around the anchor, because maybe they're going to be able to give you, some good advice or help you navigate some of those situations, depending on their own access to that.
I'm thinking it might be more business work or financial related, but I don't really see a financial angle here per se. And so I don't want to just limit it to that. This could simply be some misunderstandings, between someone. And, rather than letting it get the better of you, be sure to act appropriately. I see we have Ariana and Mr. M have joined us. Welcome.
Hey, guys.
And so it may not be as dramatic as it looks here, but it might provide you with some disappointment or some stress as you try to untangle what's wrong.
And that's what we have.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. All right. Yes, we're on Libra Cusp.
You're welcome.
Hey, you're very welcome.
And I think Libra might have left the question. Yes, there it is. Thanks, Violet.
What's coming towards me?
Okay, so I get the Lenormand.
Yes. Did I put it somewhere?
Mm.
I'm going to try to remember to keep it down there and not on my table.
Okay, I'll try to remember that you keep it down there.
You can grab it easier. Oh, I kept my same decks again because I was just too busy to change them today.
Today was certainly a busy day.
Well, we got stuck there a little longer, as usual in medical environments. They had a paperwork snafu at this blood test I needed, and we had to go back and forth from one floor to the other to try to straighten it out. And then it finally got straightened out, and then I had to wait my turn.
But we were there about 2 hours.
A little bit annoying. And then we went and grabbed a bite to eat so we could focus on some other things. Hey, I am busy all night. I am going to be doing a prediction for WrestleMania. Mr. Monster, my son, wanted me to do this as I spoke last time about it. And I'm going to give it a shot just for Mr. Monster. And see what I get.
What a scream.
It should be fun. I plan on making it a little fun. All right. And yes, it will be a video that will be released. Okay.
What's coming towards Libra?
What's coming towards Libra is the Two of Pentacles reversed. It's another page reversed. Are we going to have one of those days? It's the Page of Cups reversed.
Well, that's not one we had the first time.
Uh-oh. It's the Five of Swords reversed.
Oh. In Lenormand, there's the fish and the birds. The fish
I'm
and
hearing
the
his
birds.
breathing. He's either snoring or something here. All right, well, I hate to be the bearer of yet more bad news on the second reading here. As you know, Mr. O apparently is not the only one to get reversed cards in this crew. The Two of Pentacles reversed indicates to me that, it's going to be hard keeping things together. There's some situation, Libra, that's going to throw you off your game a little bit. And I don't know if it's something that's emotionally upsetting in the relationship environment, or if it involves money or finances, because I see those fish down there and I'm just wondering, if that's part of this or not. But what I do see is something is throwing you off your game, making things just feel very unbalanced, like you don't have control, not to the Emperor's extent, but just that things in your life are getting the better of you. And with that Five of Swords reversed, it seems like you feel as if you're in a situation you can't win, and the Page of Cups is, saying you're feeling kind of blue about this and maybe just not thinking clearly that there could be solutions in sight. So, if this is about money or needing money, finding a loan, I think the Lenormand is saying, communicate. Communicate to people about finances, financial matters if you need to. Find somebody you can talk to help you out if that's the circumstance. If not, I would just say this could be about something to do with, I got to think about it more. Why don't you go ahead?
I'm wondering if this is maybe about, some of the stuff that has been going on for you, the need to move, things like that. Some of this is maybe finding, that things feel real unstable or like there's no foundation, there's nothing to really work with. The Two of Pentacles reversed. And the Five of Swords reversed maybe suggests that either you wonder if, or you fear, or it could actually be coming that there's still more to go on there. So maybe that could be saying that you're not going to appreciate the next direction in looking for a home or in moving into that. This may be caused by maybe people who maybe you thought were going to help you, but they're not going to be able to help you for some reason. But the cards down here tell me, don't quit. There is somebody, you just haven't really found them yet. Some of this is maybe also in a way about not letting it get too personal if you can manage that. It's going to be hard to manage that because there's so much going on. You have children, you have a household to reorganize and move. So it's important to try to do the best you can and not look at it as personally. That's hard though.
Well, you know what? Pages are about news. So we've gotten this, seems like news is going to be flying for people so far and not always good. And so what I would say here is if it's not about if it's not about your money or your need to talk to somebody to give you a loan or help you finance something, what this could be about is maybe what this is saying is this is this may be some disappointment and some arguments with somebody about money. It could be family matters, unexpected expenses, people who maybe aren't cooperating with the financial plan. More communication needs to be done, and less arguing. That Five of Swords, whether it's upright or reversed, always is a worry for me that things can get out of hand if we let them. Don't be that person. Don't let it get out of hand.
Yeah, the Two of Pentacles wants you to re-achieve some balance here. So you got to work at it, though. Yeah. And I see that tidal wave, and her and Mr. Monster used to go to some wrestling shows now and then. They both kind of share that interest, or at least back then.
I had to do it. Somebody had to do it. But actually, I really enjoyed the shows back then. And I'll tell you that I have not been keeping up with it either, so this is just going to be up to what the tarot cards see. We'll just have to see what they tell me. It should be fun. All right.
So it looks like your next title.
And you are up, title. Well, I'm a little concerned. He wants me to hashtag all the different wrestling hashtags on this video when we put it out, and I'm like, oh, I just don't know what I'm opening myself up to there. It should be interesting, though.
What can I expect this Mercury retrograde?
Ah, oh my gosh, that is coming up, isn't it? Forgot about that.
I'm going to use my Egyptian-themed Tarot of Transition.
Anthony!
Hi, Anthony.
Good to see you.
I was wondering when you were going to show up. It hasn't been that long, maybe a couple weeks.
How's it been going there for you in California?
Yeah.
Have things settled down a little bit with the weather? I know we're getting hit with something this weekend. Yeah, it could. Maybe some that I won't want, but it could. It's okay. We'll give it a shot. My son's pretty sneaky in trying to get me to branch out on stuff, and I have fun doing these kind of things. And I came up with a little reading for it that I actually experimented on. I used two older school wrestlers from the past. I read for them like Stone Cold versus The Rock and see what I came up with. And it was kind of interesting. So we'll see how it goes.
Well, that is good too, Anthony. Okay, the first card title is the Queen of Wands, Queen of Staves, Queen of Dead. And then the second card is the Seven of Coins, which they call Seven of Kephara. And then the Page of Wands, the Ushabati of Dead. I know that.
Well,
the Heart. And the Key. Okay, well, that's pretty clear. So your question was, what can you expect?
well,
Maybe a lot.
yeah, I mean, overall it looks pretty good here, I have to say, Title. Certainly if you're looking for love, it's there. This is a time to get noticed. You've got the Queen of Wands, right? That's the
Yes.
Queen of Wands. This is a time to get noticed, to get out there, whether it's for, finding, someone new in your life, whether it's finding a career, whether it's standing out above the rest in workplace, school, etc. This is a card of really shining. And then on the other side of that, I'm going to both on the sides
The
again.
Page of Wands.
Yet another page. It's the Page of Wands, and it's upright. And that means that, this may be in relation to something new. If you're trying to do something new right now, I think there's a good chance it could stand out for you. Or if you've been thinking about doing it. And why am I saying that? Because of that Seven of Pentacles in the middle.
Hi, Jano.
Wait,
yes,
Seven of
exactly.
Cups.
No, it's coins.
It's coins. God, I don't know why from here it looks like cups, but I see it says coins. Just the image.
Well, it's the Scarabeus, Kephara.
Got it. All right, so the situation is, why are you Are you hesitating? Is something stopping you from maybe doing something that possibly could bring you more to recognition? Maybe you don't realize that. I'll let you go.
Well, I think that Seven of Coins does indeed point to the fact that it's actually something you've been working on for a while, and maybe what you can expect is that for some reason this would be a good time for you to express that, or at least to continue working on it more. I'm looking at the Heart and the Key down below, and I'm wondering if this whole idea resonates to the idea that, of course, this is a pretty deep desire to you. It's literally the key to things for you, to make things beautiful, emotionally loving. And so when I put it all together, I do see a lot of manifestation about to happen here, and I think that's what you can expect, that somehow these energies can work for you. And of course, most of us know that not every Mercury retrograde means horrible things will happen to you. Sometimes they're just about learning lessons or availing yourself of energies that you might not otherwise have.
So, the key is to put your heart and soul in this, whatever it is. I mean, if you're going for romance, go for it. The passion, the key is the heart there. And I feel that that's what you need to do. You need to pursue this now. Don't hesitate any longer, because really these cards are looking good. And it's kind of ironic to me, Title, because you asked about Mercury retrograde, right? And that's when communications tend to go askew. But I'm not seeing that here. And maybe it's not a matter of a communications, but just getting something up and running. So, maybe the trick is if you can get this done before the retrograde starts, that might be the best thing to do.
Well, another thing to consider is that, within the range of astrological tendencies or potentials, there are people who maybe can find that their own chart energies actually mesh with the Mercury energies. Other people who have certain Mercury placements in their charts, people who have the current signs in their charts, things like that.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's what we have for you. I wish you luck with that. Hey, I think it's looking really good here.
It looks really good, Title. So good luck for your Mercury retrograde, of course.
So we have broke the bad reading curse.
Apparently.
Apparently now. Let's hope it's uphill all the way, but the cards do what the cards do.
Kara?
So I wanted to say something to Anthony. That's really great that the reservoirs are filled again.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking that would happen, but all that damage and stuff that happened, that was really kind of creepy. But I have to say that finally, at least the water levels, are rising, which is a good thing for you guys. And there was something else I wanted to say, but I'm not sure to who and what. Oh, it was Violet. Violet, I will take care of that. Maybe what I'll do is I'll get it up on my tablet and me and Mr. O can take a look-see so that before we read for you. Okay. Kara wants an oracle top and bottom. Why don't we do for what we did for Angel Rivera last week? Can we? So
each reading from our own deck?
Yeah, do you want to read from this one now? And I've got this one.
Okay.
You read from this one last time.
I don't remember how we did it, but yeah, you're right. I read from the other one. Okay.
So, and you will go first this time.
I see. All right.
If you want me to read, if the print's too small, though, let me know.
We got it. So I'm reading from the Beltane Oracle.
And I am reading from
Seasons of the Witch.
Colette Barron reads the Dreamweaver's Oracle. So that's how we're going to do it, Kara. We had pretty good success when we
had a
did
nice
it for
reading
Angel
for Angel
Rivera.
when we did that, yep. And I take the top one, right?
Yes.
B.
Oh, it's bees.
Number 1, B.
Are you buzzing around, Kara?
Be all that you can be.
They repeat the saying in there so you don't have to look at the card.
Oh, okay. How nice.
I know. Number 41. Is that what you said? What number you have?
I said number 1.
Oh, number 1. And I have number 41. That's why I said that, I guess.
B. Don't drink all alike from one flower, for there are many to taste and many to explore. Every day, thousands and thousands of hard-working bees travel miles in search of pollen to bring back to the hive as nourishment. Perhaps B would rather stay inside the hive out of fear of being a tiny little creature in a big, wide world. But B knows it cannot build without the right resources, and that it must be willing to leave the comforts of home in search of more. B has sought you out today to remind you to be willing to put yourself out there. The universe will provide for your needs, but you must be willing to step outside the box. There is never just one source and always many possibilities waiting for you. One lost opportunity will be replaced by another, but perhaps wrapped in different packaging, and one relationship gone will be filled with the love of someone who can better attend to your needs, even if this new love is the exact opposite of your usual type. Just as bee travels from flower to flower, you too may need to try different avenues and trust your inner wings to guide you until your potential is distributed to the right place. As you reach beyond your familiar boundaries, you will begin to expand your idea of what is good, right, and possible. The further you extend yourself, the more resources, tools, people, and opportunities you shall find. B reminds you to keep an open mind, as doing what you've always done will get you what you already have. Consider avenues you would never dream of embracing. You may find a whole new field of flowers from which to pick.
You know, I've always said knowledge is power, Kara, and knowledge doesn't always come from books. Knowledge also comes from experience. And I think that B is giving you the call to step outside that comfort zone. Don't just study or look at or experience the familiar. Experience the unfamiliar. You know, decide to do something different. Because each new experience that we encounter in our lives just adds to our knowledge and growth. And this is an interesting follow-up card to that. It's called Weavers Watch Dragons Fly. Watch the dragons fly. And it says sometimes we get so involved in our feelings about things, we begin to believe we are those emotions. They become part of identity, part of our story forever. Instead of understanding the transience of opinions, we become trapped by our beliefs about the world and our part in it. Those ideas harden and stiffen until they form a tight container around our possibilities. While a container can be a good thing, we can find ourselves trapped in an old story. A good question to ask now about the subject you want this oracle to illuminate is, what am I making this mean? What if you removed your assumptions? What if nothing is ever personal? Now is the time to look at your situation and see it for what it is. Step back and look at the bigger picture. Remain neutral and curious, and be willing to explore it from different perspectives. There's so much more to discover here, so it's important not to get caught up in being right or getting caught in the smallest detail that obscures a more expansive potential. Even in the most joyful times, you still run the risk of thinking it will always be that way, when everything will change and evolve and even transcend this forever place. Because that's the truth of life. You're on a beautiful journey. And if you remain open and hopeful and willing to discover things that are unknown to you, that gift of curiosity will lead you to treasure beyond your wildest dreams. Like the dream weavers, watch the dragons fly. So you should observe your inner and outer worlds in the same manner. When you really learn to pay attention and can say, that's interesting, the hidden doors of perception swing wide. Such wisdom has always lived inside you. Did you know you were so fortunate? Stay open. Remain open. You know, this even talks about not just, the experience, but also exploring your beliefs and your feelings and your opinions about things. When we're too set in our opinions, we really are limiting ourselves. When we open ourselves to broader perspectives, we can appreciate life. We can appreciate others more, There may be sides to stories that you need to explore and not go by the old story about what you think that should be that's in your head.
Hi, Jennifer.
So there's a lot to unpack with these two cards, really. But I think you get the idea. Expand, explore, experience, and don't be afraid to step outside that comfort zone in all ways. Well, that just wanted to be...
The birds. Whoops, not the bees. The birds. The birds and the bees and the book.
And I said it was more than a book. So in other
Bird
words...
being book. Book being bird.
This be, find your knowledge through, talking to people, chatting with people, experiencing things, dialoguing with others, and broadening your horizons. Books are fine, and I say also read the books, but by all means, I think this is saying with the book and the birds, you need to really get out there and...
It's about experientialness.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
You might want to consider looking for a teacher or a mentor for whatever it is, things like that, or just groups that you can get involved with that can offer you that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good luck with that, Kara. And there's so many people, authors and otherwise, who have websites that offer different things. You could get newsletters from them, different things. Sign up for more of those if you haven't, and experience other thoughts and ideas that are out there. And that's what we have for you, Kara.
All right.
Interesting read again with these two decks, I have to say.
And right, Jennifer has been added to the list too.
Yep.
Welcome.
And I believe we are on Angel Rivera.
It is correct. So just a reminder, of course, that Saturday brings happy hour to TFT.
Oh, yeah.
And that's at 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings.
It'll be hours before our unhappy hour.
Right, and it'll even be, never mind.
Absolutely, Angel. We're going to go with the tarot for you. Am I right in doing my deck? I think so. I have started.
Try to stop you. So we ate at a restaurant that's a couple of towns over from us near Ann Arbor where we went. We've eaten there before. Twisted Rooster. And it's a little bit upscale. It's a bar grill. It's got a little Tony attitude. And everything is spicy a little bit.
And ironically, we were only one of 3 people in the entire restaurant.
We got there around 3 in the afternoon, so it was probably in between their main events.
All right, let me put this away. Shoot.
Well, you have to wait for happy hour, Jennifer.
Well, let's hope we have some happy cards for you today, but I can't guarantee. All right. Like, for example, Angel's card is the 2 of Pentacles reversed as the first card. I'm going to take the bottom card, and you've got another 2, the 2 of Wands upright.
Holy moly.
Yeah, look at that. So, you want to go first? You want me to?
Sure. Well, they're both 2s, right? Interesting. Yeah. So, of course, they often talk about, maybe paired energies that are not necessarily synchronized but can be, or different effects. 2 of Pentacles, though, is suggesting that you're sort of experiencing a little bit of either busyness or unorganizedness. And maybe it's related to new things you're trying to start, whether they're new projects or whether they're other new situations, new friendships, or new communications. Maybe there's a sense that you're not totally prepared for them. And a lot of times the 2s are like that. They sort of indicate the energies that are necessary to sort of align with something, but not necessarily to actually have motion.
Well, Angel, it's that time of year, I think, where, you're going to have to juggle a lot of things. It's the end of the school semesters, and things might get a little hot and heavy there. I think that the 2 of Wands is here to just say, come up with a plan. Come up with a plan to just keep things in order, keep your focus. If things start to get hot and heavy, you got to find a way to juggle and prioritize. I almost see this as the workplace, but I could see, as he said, that this could have to do with other areas of your life as well. You know, this is a time of year a lot of people do work around their homes or even apartments, whatever, whether it's reorganizing, whether it's painting, whatever the case may be. This could have to do with some personal projects or goals, but I have a sense of work and a little bit of busyness going on. You want to pull the Lenormand?
Oh, you'll let me?
I will.
That's right, it's actually my turn.
I know.
Oh, gee, Banshee. House.
Oh, wow.
A man's house is his tower.
Well, it's house and work. Look at that. So is
It's
work-life
both.
balance going to be affected, you know?
Ooh.
I wonder about that because the tower's about a workplace, an institution, like an institution of higher learning. And, of course, we have the house, which is about comfort, home, security. So it could be about work-life balance. It could also say that, you're going to have to find ways to find your comfort zone at work. Find that sweet spot where everything is just going to flow smoothly, during this time.
Yeah, it seems really rather connected
It does.
to the other ones there. The idea that really there is something about setting out what your goals are and really making sure you can organize and rally around each of them.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what it looks like. Whoa. Good luck with that. I mean, as soon as I saw that Two of Pentacles, I thought, oh gosh, it's got to be work. It's got to be that time of year. And, I never had to deal with that being a cataloger. I mean, we had busy work, but during this time of year, actually, some of our work would get more frenetic, but in different ways, because all of the librarians were trying to spend out their fiscal year money. And so we had to deal with that while the librarians were dealing with, all the information requests.
And Ariana is up next.
Hi, Ariana. Waiting on a question.
Yeah, I don't think we have one yet.
So even if you want the happy hour, do come to our unhappy hour and check it out. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Saturday. It's a video. We will be live in the chat, so you can come and chat with us while we watch the unhappy hour. And together, we'll get through this, honest. And at the end of the show, there will be an announcement. So stay tuned for that.
Be careful about anything you are asked to sign.
Second call for Ariana. I thought you were here just a little bit ago, so just want to see. Okay, Mr. M, we'll get to you if we have to move on. You are definitely next. Let's give it another minute.
All right, so don't forget tomorrow to watch the
ever popular, the increasingly popular.
Right. I had 50 some views on my last Friday show, so find out what you're missing. Hey, but I also give an affirmation for each of the elemental signs of the zodiac, so that is pretty cool too. Affirmations just seem to be big right now, and I enjoy doing them both on this show and on Goth Tarot.
Okay, well, we do have a short list tonight, so if Ariana, last call, I'm going to have Violet do the countdown. We can put Ariana at the end of the list, though, Violet, before you, in case she comes back. And what else is up? Anything? We have a weird week coming up again next week, and stay tuned for that. I have a couple things in mind what our cards for this week was about. Some late breaking news today might be one, but I'm not really sure about that. Depends on what happens in the next few days.
But we would like
that.
to make that show one of those ones that gets 40 or 50 views a week too.
Yes.
So check it out. And I think we are ready to give the countdown to Ariana.
Yeah, go ahead and count down, Violet. And we shall move on. Mr. M wants to know what's coming towards me in the coming weeks. And that's your deck. You're going at it.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to use the Black Tarot. And I have a feeling that Violet is not right there.
It could be.
Well, normally she jumps at the chance to give a countdown.
Oh, you're so mean.
Oh, there she is.
He's calling you the violator again, Violet.
I did not.
You sort of are.
I didn't use that word. What are you talking about?
Well, but you said she's chomping at the bit to count down on people, like...
That's your extrapolation that makes her a bad word. I'm not saying.
That's so
Yes,
funny.
you are a violator, or yes, you are chomping at the bit.
Or yes, you are right here.
Answer carefully.
She's... Our inner note, you know what? I have a feeling it is slow today. Yeah, I do.
Likely story. All right, let's do Mr. Maurice's question. What is coming towards them in the coming weeks? Okay, I have the Hermit. I have the Seven of Pentacles. This one's called the Seven of Spheres.
That's upright?
They're
Yep.
all upright. And then this one is not, you jinxed me. It's the
didn't.
reversed Six of Cups. Yes, you did.
Wait, sorry. This one was first.
Okay, in Lenormand we got the letter and the child.
Well, that's an interesting group of cards here.
Go first.
Mr. M. So you wanted to know what was coming towards you, I believe. Let me double check that again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In the coming
which are
weeks.
coming weeks. Well, that Seven of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. I don't know. I'm wondering here if somebody from your past is going to resurface. You know, a younger person. I see the child there maybe, and the letter. So I don't know if this is a child of yours, a grown child, or if this is, you know, somebody else who's, and I won't say they're, you know, they're young like a child.
Is it
but
somebody who's sort of slowly getting in touch?
is it from your childhood past even? Is it from, you know, what I'm thinking here is that somebody is coming back and, you know, it's not necessarily bringing up good memories, whatever this is. Maybe the child is there because this letter or this news has something to do with your past, your childhood and unhappy memories. And maybe it's not that they are necessarily negative here, but it may cause you to pause and kind of retreat from things a little bit, whatever this is. That's what I'm looking at here. The Hermit, you know, can be a card of retreating and isolation, but usually this is for your own good. You know, you need to just pull back. And I think, and with the Seven of Pentacles there again, that's a card of kind of like hesitating or waiting, you know. and uncertainty. And it seems to be this bad news, and I feel like it's related to something from your past. How far back it goes, I'm not really sure.
It feels like an avoidance thing. Like maybe this is somebody who you have a connection to, but you would rather not deal with them, or at least at this time. And it may be that you feel they would interfere with your current plans or what you're currently working on. And in general, they're just somebody maybe that you're not thrilled to be around. So that's why I feel like if it's something that seems obligatory, then it's a family member or it's a situation that is not very easy for you to put off. And maybe you're trying to, though, because I see this idea of the child in the letter, so maybe you'll feel you can try to delay this, but there's something that sort of feels eventual about it, and also something that just seems really non-purposeful. Like it only interferes with your own plans. It's not going to do anything for you. You have your own plans that you probably want to focus on more. This may have the ability to derail you a little bit or delay you.
Ariane, I'm sorry you did miss your turn. But you know what? We really do have a short list tonight, so you're at the end of the list, but there's only 2 other people before we get to you. So if you can just hang in there, we will do your reading. You could type it up for Violet if you have to go away again, and we'll just do the reading.
Right, and then, of course, you will have to navigate back to that part where it is, but 2 more readings is 10 to 15 more minutes from now.
So hang in there with us. Sorry, we did wait a few moments for you there, so sorry.
All right. So what else?
I was almost going to go with a different route, Mr. M, because when I saw the child and I saw the letter, I thought, oh, some communication is going to be delayed or slow in getting to you that you've been waiting for. But having that 6 of Cups there too, I get the feeling that there is something that is triggering some negative memories from your past. And somebody is going to resurface. And it could be a younger person because of the child there, or it could just indicate, that it may not happen right away, but I think this is coming. And you may want to just kind of step away from it. You're going to be very uncertain about how you want to handle this. So I don't know if you have any idea of who or what this could be, but it seems like that's what I'm getting from these cards.
Although I think it's something from the past, I don't necessarily believe it's a much younger person. I just sort of feel that's more like the methodology of how you deal with them. Slowly, carefully, cautiously.
Hey, Christine. Absolutely, you can. You absolutely can. Let's put you at the bottom of the list, which is rather short tonight. Thursdays are sometimes quiet for us, so this is turning into that, but people do come in. So we will get you on the list, and if you just want a general reading, we will do one for you.
All right, thanks for joining us.
Or if you have a question, just hang on. You could also type it out for Violet, and we'll do it at the end of the show.
So,
Right.
Mr. Maurice, there's nothing that looks like it's really a bizarre twist. It's just something that maybe you're not expecting. So that's why I don't necessarily think it's,
I wonder if it's from your childhood or something more current, that it's just a memory of something or some situation you really thought maybe you were done with or you wish would go away, but it's back again.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Oh, really? Really? Well, that's kind of a validation. So I don't know if it's going to be a person or a situation, but it sounded like news was involved. Maybe whatever this is going to bring back bad memories if it's not something, directly related to your past. That's the best we can do. And if you're hearing that from someone else too, keep your eyes open.
Well, let us know when you have a chance if it pans out.
Definitely.
All right, so who are we on? Anthony.
Okay, we will definitely do that for you, Christine. Hey, good to see you here. Thanks for stopping in.
You're welcome, Mr. Maurice.
All right. Christine is another great tarot reader out here, too. So, really awesome to see you here. Anthony wants a general for the week ahead. All right.
All right. Whose deck? I thought that was mine, right?
It's, yeah, my deck. I'm just thinking of which one I want. I'm going to use this one. So we've had quite the day today, and I just want to remind everybody again, Unhappy Hour is coming. You can find out where it hurts, as I said in my promo, on Unhappy Hour. And, you know, if you go to come to happy hour first thing in the morning, you'll feel good. And then at unhappy, no.
And then we're ready for you.
That goodness will get you through the unhappy hour.
Will it?
Yes.
You deserve the compliment, Christine.
All right. Yeah, there are so many great tarot readers out there in the Twitterverse, for example, where I've seen you at. And I'm just always inspired by all of them. All right, we have I just want to make sure, it's the Knight of Gnomes. No, the Knight of Pentacles, and it is reversed. Oh my, why is this coming up so much for people? The Two of Pentacles reversed again, and we're using these different decks. Well, Anthony, you're going to be wishing for that anchor, I think, you know. Now we have, oh, I couldn't tell at first, but there it is. It's Justice reversed.
Something tells me that there's like real sluggishness going on, and it's maybe related to your workplace, but it could be related to, in general, just like everything is moving into a slower state. In the Lenormand, we're having the trees and the moon.
You're having the birds and the moon.
Whoops, I'm sorry. It's the birds and the moon.
It's okay. You know, yeah, what is going on here? So the Two of Pentacles, you know, we are getting towards the Mercury retrograde. Am I right? Is that going to be on April 9th, I think, or something like that? I don't know.
9th, 11th, something.
I believe it's coming. So, you know, the thing is, maybe we're getting some fluctuations here. The Two of Pentacles, you know, is like saying that maybe some things in your life you're going to have a hard time getting a handle on. You know, we talked to Angel Rivera about work-life balance. You know, oftentimes that can be associated with the Two of Pentacles here. That card is in the middle. And I really think here that's what I want to focus on. It might have to do with your finances, or it might have to do with work, you know. That just things seem to be a little bit out of balance, getting a little bit too overwhelming. And so you may have to try to find a way to iron that out. Is somebody maybe not doing their fair share? Is there some unfairness going on in something that happened with you, with either money or with work? You know, because justice is reversed there too, which seems to indicate to me that there could be some inequities somewhere. So, you know, what it could mean too is like maybe with the night is often about, you know, the coming or going of matters connected with money. Maybe you paid money for something and it breaks right away, or, you know, you have to shell out money for a repair you didn't expect. And, you know, it's certainly leaving things out of balance and you in maybe a rather unsettled position.
It smacks of some sort of inequity going on, maybe most likely at the workplace. Maybe things are shifting a little bit, and maybe somebody's going to be a little bit critical of you, suggesting that you're not moving fast enough in some ways, or that they don't feel you're as organized as they wanted. It may be just something brief happening there, because overall the qualities seem to look really good.
Look, I don't blame you a bit. Boy, have I had those conversations before.
Well, just keep smiling.
Well, it could definitely be about that.
It could be. I mean, it does seem like some sort of inequities or something is unbalanced there, and that everything's taking a long time.
But the good news is, Anthony, maybe you'll come out on top if this is the situation, or in whatever situation this is, you have the moon and you have the birds. And I think
Communication.
Success will come to you through communication. So it's exactly what I was going to say. Mr. O took the words right out of my mouth. So success could come to you through communicating. So you know what? Keep the dialogue going with that dentist. And also, in whatever situation this might be pointing to, should something else arise.
Hi, Claudia, and thanks for dropping in. If you're sure you don't want a reading, it was nice of you to drop in anyway, so thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was going to get to that too. Thanks.
All right.
Anything else you want to add to that?
I don't know. I mean, there was something that was almost vague about it. Like, I still sort of felt like maybe it pertained more to the workplace, but I think, this could be what's coming in the near future then.
That's right. You were wondering what's coming in the week. I will say this. It's not going to be easy. Justice is reversed here, You still might be getting a raw deal out of this, but there might be some success to be gained through communicating, just keeping the dialogue going. And give them a bad review on Yelp or whatever, if you can't get if you can't get justice, So I don't know. That's what I have. That's what we see for you. Good luck with that.
All right.
And I believe we are on. Oh, did I miss Jano coming in? I did.
Yeah, Jano came in.
Hey, Jano, you are up, and then Jennifer, and then Ariana,
Thanks, Anthony.
and then Christine. Yeah, it's good to see you, honestly. Yep, don't be a stranger.
Watch her wrestling show.
Oh, yes, I'm actually going to do it. I'm filming it. If not tonight, tomorrow morning. It has to go out tomorrow. But I'm filming WrestleMania predictions for my son. So he wanted me to do this. I owe him. And, I think it'll be fun. Wasn't that great with the March Madness predictions? But we'll try again with WrestleMania.
All right, your deck.
Oh, I thought I just used this one for Anthony.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. It's all right.
Okay.
Okay, what does Jano have for us? What's coming in April? All right.
I'm going to use the Ancestral Path Tarot.
I don't think I'm totally like the bottom of the bottom of the bracket, but let's just say I did not do well at all. But the one thing I think is noteworthy is I really knew from the beginning that none of the number one teams were going to make it to the final. I knew that, but I really got rid of Alabama too early, and the other one I got rid of later in the gambit, almost not to that team though. So there was a lot of mess. It was a hot mess, Anthony. I'll admit it.
Yes, it is. That's right, Jano. All right, so I have the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Staves. That's upright. I have the reversed Four of Wands, Four of Staves. And the reversed Ace of Cups.
Huh. Well, that's a mixed bag of sorts.
It is a little mixed, yeah.
So where do you see this one? All right.
Coffin. And Tower.
Okay. So we start with the Eight of Wands. Well, Jano, you've got energy to burn, Now you need to channel it in something. Channel it in something you're doing and firm up any projects or goals or things that you need to. The Four of Wands is there as well. And the Four of Wands indicates that it's reversed. It's the TFT party card, but it is reversed. And whether it's upright or reversed, it's still a good thing. It's saying to pay attention to details, In other words, you've got all this energy and drive and motivation, but sometimes channel that appropriately and don't move so fast that you miss some of the finer points or details of what you need to do, Because otherwise there could be, some disappointments with that Ace of Cups.
Well, the Four of Wands reverse could be saying that, paying attention to the foundation, the structure, the thing that everything is built upon. Mm-hmm. And so, like Banshee says, is maybe this is something that you will approach with the right amount of speed and energy there. The Ace of Cups reverse, though, could be saying that you still might feel not as happy with this project as you like, and it may be because there's still something structurally at it that maybe is not exactly where you want, but you're aware of that. So I find it curious, though, to look at the Tower and the Coffin there, because I actually wonder if this could be talking about a new venture of yours, maybe finding some resistance to success. I don't know if or you have an association with something, an organization, a website even, or whatever, that is maybe having a really difficult time and may have to fold or something like that. But I don't feel it affects you directly. I think it's just something that maybe you have an association towards. And that's different from this, in my opinion.
Yeah, with general readings, it's hard sometimes for me to always put the whole thing together here like that. But, I will say here that to me, when I look at the Tower, I see business. I also see other things, besides business and institution. The Tower sometimes means isolation. It seems to me that if you've been feeling isolated or alone in any way, that's going to come to an end. It seems like maybe some of the activity and things that you are putting in place may bring more people into your life in some way, or if it's a work project or goal you're working on, maybe other team members will get on board and help out. Whatever the case may be, it seems like isolation's coming to an end. And that might be besides this. I almost wonder here, what, go ahead.
I was going to suggest a job change, but I was going to suggest a job change for maybe dramatic reasons, like the place went under business or they had you leave or something like that.
Is your place of employment having problems? Are they talking layoffs? I mean, I could see that with that card, because the Tower and the Coffin means that some association with a business could be coming to an end. Because that's what the Coffin is, an ending. I just wasn't sure I necessarily saw that with the cards. So.
It's interesting that you say that, though, because here's your energy really fast, and then I sort of feel like if this could be another analog or proxy for the business you work for, the thing you're associated with. The Four of Wands does sound like maybe there could be some, and we said structural, I said structural, foundation, slowness, so leading to a little bit of disappointment.
Keep your eyes open on that, and just see what you can pick up. Some companies can be really cagey about things like this. So, whatever it is, it could bring you some unhappiness. I just feel that you've got to make sure that, and that's the point too, the Eight of Wands could also be about fast communication. There's going to be a lot of communications coming fast at you. So, that could be about something coming to an end.
In my little ray of hope, a lot of times I think that Eight of Wands is not only fast energy, but it's energy that hits the mark. It goes with precision towards something, so it brings some amount of clarity too.
Yeah. So I think if it's going to happen, you're going to be, pretty fully aware, crystal clear when it does, what it means, all of that. I don't really think this is something earth-shaking, though, for you. I think you'll be able to recover from this. So,
I like his last comment.
Oh, well, it could be. I won't rule that out. Maybe this is. I know you asked for the week ahead. Oh, you said in April? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a long span. Maybe, next time we read for you, we can explore this a little bit more. Maybe you can ask something more specific about the health of your workspace, and we'll see what we can find out for you. So how about that? So to be continued, I think, on this one.
All right.
All right. Hey, good luck with that, Jano. All right, Jennifer, then Ariana, then Christine. And, of course, Violet. Did I forget Violet? I would not do that, even if she is trying to close the list too
You're
early.
welcome. Jano, you're welcome.
General for next 7 days.
And real quick, I'm just going to mention, the modality, but also, where is it? Banshee's Material Matters on
Hey.
Sundays.
Mention my show.
Yes. She needs to get 50 views of her own, so come on, everybody. Suck it up.
Don't let me down. We can't let Mr. O win. No,
It's not too early
it's not a
to
competition.
close the list, says Violet.
Violet. Okay, now maybe. But I didn't say to close it yet, did I? I mean, we're so close to the bottom. Yes, you are a loyal one. Angel Rivera's there. Kara's there.
Fiber's there.
Libra's there.
Libra's there. Other people show up occasionally.
Well, alrighty then. Let's see what we have for Jennifer. It's the Five of Wands reversed.
Whoops. Reversed, you said.
But the good news is that's followed by the Nine of Swords reversed.
Yes, that's better usually.
And the Knight of Swords upright.
Huh. So in the Lenormand, we got the mice and the key.
Ooh. So, Jennifer. I wonder here. Oh, do you want to go first?
You can go.
All right. I wonder here, are you in conflict with somebody right now? Is there some disagreements or arguments or going on? That Five of Wands is reversed here. And it's almost as if, you're kind of getting tired. You will be getting tired of being put in a situation of, bickering, fighting that seems to go nowhere. Now, it's not like the Five of Swords that it's a no-win situation, but you want to have reason prevail here. And I think the Nine of Swords reversed here is saying, you're done with anxiety and stress in your life and things that keep you awake at night, You want to be more calm and at peace. And so if there are struggles in your life with others right now, and it just seems to be going nowhere, it's time to evaluate these friendships or relationships or wherever this is coming from and seeing if it's worth your while. What is that right there? Which one? Knight again? Is that the Knight?
Oh, yeah, it's the Knight.
The Knight of Swords. It's time to make a decision for less conflict, less stress. Maybe the Five is really more about stress in your life because with the Lenormand there, the key is the mice. The key is eliminating things that are stressful, eliminating things that are causing you anxiety, and trying to get a good night's sleep, for crying out loud.
See, those mice with the key, that sort of tells me that's about the Five of Wands reversed. That maybe something that seems like it's a more vital conflict is not vital so much as just that it saps you because it probably wears you out in a not extreme way like you feel like you're being punched over, but just it's fatiguing to deal with that situation. That situation may be others causing you're looking at anxiety, but you have the ability to get rid of the anxiety. So that's really important for you to not let the pettiness that I think is going on there The Knight of Swords really is sort of about seizing the day, seizing the day in that sense of really doing that. And so I do want to respect the idea that this seems to be a little bit of a struggle for you. So I don't want to undermine you by saying, well, these things are just annoying. Sometimes annoying is like, the water dribbling out a hole in stone over thousands of years. It does what it needs to do because it's persistent. And that's maybe what's happening too, is you have to learn how to be persistent in your own way.
I like that. Yeah, it's really focusing on that right now. So, in these next 7 days, you may encounter some of the people like you've mentioned in your life there, and you're trying to stay to yourself, but who may be trying to open old wounds or start something. Find a happy place for yourself, try to retreat and calm, and, hey, the beauty of our phones today is we don't have to pick up those calls if we don't want to. If there's trouble in social media, for example, too, we don't have to go there if we don't want to. So, set some boundaries for yourself and realize that, you can free yourself from these anxieties, especially since they're external. You control you. These other people, they don't control you, and you can tell them bye-bye, or I need some time alone now.
The key there is sort of an analog to the knight holding the sword, the idea of taking control. Mm-hmm. And even if this, you're mostly on your own, this may be something that's coming in the next 7 days. I would like you to say, consider it really, no matter what these other externals may be, as just minor annoyances. If you have to talk to them and tell them that in some way, this is just a minor thing for me. Come back next week when I'm ready for that, or whatever it is you need to do.
Yeah.
But I think that's it. You just need to look it in the face and say, you're trivial.
I see just some stresses and anxieties in this next
You're
week
welcome.
ahead. And you know what? There's lots of great things on the internet, sound programs and things that you can listen to, to just kind of calm yourself and just let that ease yourself. I speak from what I know because I've allowed too many things to keep me awake at night.
All right, Ariana, go right ahead.
Good luck with that. All right. Nothing new to me either, Jennifer.
Good luck, and thanks for coming tonight.
All right. Hey, Ariana, you are up at last.
Give us the question. Sunny will bless your reading too. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh.
You want to do that as a yes or no? I guess it needs a little more, maybe, but...
Well, let's ask if it's closing permanently. It's interesting you asked that question, Ariana, because we have a situation in our state where I can't remember how many there are, but a lot of Burger Kings in a particular franchise are closing.
It's a couple hundred, I think.
Yeah.
And that's statewide.
That's statewide, and and it just happened suddenly. Some of them just closed overnight, and so they can do stuff like that. We'll just have to see.
It's crazy.
So we're going to ask a quick yes/no first to see what we get, and see if it is closing permanently. It's something to do with a particular franchise here in our state, Michigan. And
we thought it was pretty surprising because we ourselves only go there occasionally, but we know a number of people that go there, so we didn't think they were in any
our
danger.
area, I think, in our immediate area, but in nearby cities they are. I think Southfield has 2.
I didn't shuffle them.
Oh, you don't. You do
Then you can complete the cut.
Oh. Do you have the Lenormand by chance? Was I even supposed to use my deck, or was it your turn?
I don't know, but it's okay.
We have the five of Pentacles.
Oh,
Wait, I'm counting.
I know, I just caught that.
I did too. We're in sync.
Okay, maybe Violet's right. Maybe we should close the list.
No, wait, he didn't mean that. So, why don't you tell them what I did last night? I read your mind, didn't I?
She read my mind. We go through spates where we do a lot. It kind of wound down, but during the pandemic, like 2 years ago, it was constant. It was like every time I turn around, like, get out of my mind. But no, apparently we were both thinking nearly at the same time that we wanted to go to Twisted Rooster to eat after her doctor appointment. And so we did. I don't remember how it came up. I just said, you know what we should do after? And then you said it, right?
Well,
and then I said, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Whoa. I got some news for you, Ariana. But let me just explain this story here real quick. No, earlier, before we went to bed, he said, what are we going to eat tomorrow after your appointment? And when we laid down, I had turned and said to him before he fell asleep, or you woke up again, I think it was, and I said, I know where we should eat tomorrow, Twisted Rooster. And he said, you read my mind again.
That's what it was, yeah.
All right.
So, we have one ace, whoops,
on one side, and we have one ace on the other, and Mr. O.
The Chariot. But we asked the question, is it permanently closed, right?
Yeah, so what do you think when you see the Chariot? They're moving on?
Yeah, it's probably a fact that they are closed. It's 2 out of 3 leaning towards that. It looks like they're moving. The Chariot is about movement. The Chariot maybe is about finding a new direction.
That might be for you, that you need to maybe think about, even if you applied there, what would be stopping you anyway from applying somewhere else? You might as well cover your bases and do it anyway. Because it does sound... Now, I know that maybe this one's more convenient for you, or whatever the case may be, but it does sound like there's a potential here that they are moving out, with the Chariot. Chariot is movement. So, I mean, on one hand, I could say, well, they are redecorating or whatever you called it, refurbishing the place, but I asked specifically if they were closing permanently, and we're getting a maybe yes.
Okay, so in the Lenormand, I pulled the bouquet, and then I also pulled the stork. Now, the bouquet acts like it's a gift or it's something nice that you receive, a job offer could be considered that. But the stork influences that. The stork says it's about something new. It's a new project, a new thing. So my thought is that this Chariot does apply to you, maybe just saying, okay, if they're closed, I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to also use my own sense of encouragement to go somewhere else or consider somewhere else. And that's exactly what I'm seeing here. The stork is saying, you may hear about a new opportunity. That's the gift to you, is somebody tells you, oh, Ariana, you might work out really nice here. Why don't you go apply? Or something like that.
Well, a little bit different, but on that track, I would say this. I feel a little bit of ambiguity with this, Ariana, in that the stork could possibly indicate a newness, like a new beginning and a remodeling. I mean, it could.
Good
and
point.
Also, the flowers, which is a gift, can also be about joy and beautiful things. So they might be beautifying things. But I'm wondering here if the cards are... Well, so there is a little bit of ambiguity, but it is leaning towards yes. And I would go along with Mr. O to say that I feel here you trying to apply for something new, something better. Something better might come to you. A new beginning might come to you, the stork, that will be a gift. So in other words, in a way, this this closure might be a gift to you in disguise, you know? It will open the door to a new opportunity that could prove better for you. Now, here's what I would say too. Renovations can take a while. I don't know if you even have a timetable for how long they would say they're under renovation. And so the thing is, are you going to wait for that, or do you need a job now? You could always get a job somewhere, and if they ever called you, well, you might want to go back then and switch jobs. But and there's no harm there. People do that all the time. And so I would say, why not hedge on your bets and apply for other things right now, because there might be something better for you out there from what I'm seeing here. And if the other place calls you, you can then you have a choice. So there's nothing wrong with having choices. That's for sure.
Well, I hope that doesn't.
And that one closed down well. It seems like a lot of these chain things lately are having issues,
The stork still makes me feel like some new opportunity will show up for you, whether it is, and say I feel it could be maybe the remodeled store. I don't necessarily think stores stay out of commission that long, especially if it's a busy area of the city or whatever you live in too. They don't want to be losing that money.
No.
So they will probably try to expedite depending on those situations. Maybe you will hear from them, or maybe something else will happen. It's what I feel is going to come.
Well, there was a chain restaurant on a road not too far away from us that we used to go to that just suddenly shut their doors. They were shut down, and they were shut down for a long time. How long do you think they were shut?
What are we talking about?
LJ?
Over a year.
Over a year shut down.
That's true.
And they just reopened again as the same restaurant, So, do you want to wait for renovations? I think you should just keep trying and see what sticks out there.
Yeah, it won't hurt.
Yeah, and wish you luck with that. Wow. That was an interesting read. So, good luck.
All right. You're welcome. Come again. We can always ask the question again or anything related.
All right, and we are on Christine.
And Christine asks, what do I need to know for the upcoming week?
Yep. All right.
All right, and so that's going to be
deck.
My deck, and I'm going to use the Tarot of the Mermaids.
Okay.
Because I haven't used it tonight. And we may be veering off towards the end. I certainly don't want to wait around, 20 minutes for a reading to come through.
No, we will not do that, of course. See, Violet, you may not have even had to close the list tonight. Thursdays can be like that sometimes. Maybe everybody's, I don't know what they're doing, but maybe everybody's out and about tonight.
All right, Christine's cards. There's the Knight of Swords again. He's upright. Then we have a reversed King of Wands.
What's the first one? Knight of Swords?
Knight of Swords,
okay.
Yeah. And then the reversed Seven of Cups, which of course is not bad at all either.
Well, very interesting.
The Child once again appears. And the Stars. Whoa, the Stars influences the Child. Okay.
Sounds like you've got some sort of decision or choice to make in this week ahead. You've got the Knight of Swords there. You've also got the, that's the Seven of Cups, did you say?
Yeah.
The Seven of Cups. So, if you've been kind of vacillating on something, it's decision time, I think, this week. I don't know why the King of Wands is reversed here, Is this about somebody that you're dealing with? Is this about some business venture that you're debating whether to get involved in or not? What do you think?
The feeling I get from the reversed King of Wands is that maybe the charm factor isn't working, whether that's your charm factor or whether it's just saying how the person in business may be approaching you in business. And I'm just going to jump to the chase, though, and say, with the Lenormand, it looks like success will come slowly. Success will come upon maybe other factors than maybe these. I don't know, but that's what I feel. That's the denouement there, is success, destiny will come, but maybe slower or at a more measured pace.
Hey, Violet, you know who usually comes in around this time?
Uh-oh.
Victoria.
Victoria. I was going to say Divine Universe has shown up late, too.
That's true, too. So the stars here give me there is hope in this situation. I feel here that the stars in the Lenormand indicate that small steps forward. You have to make a decision, sure. You have to do something, sure. But you don't have to, how do I want to say this? You don't have to move fast, whatever your decision is. Make the decision and then take your time, with where you're going to go with this. I don't know. The King of Swords, I see what you're... Or
it's wands,
a knight. It's the knight?
Yeah, the Knight of Swords.
So that's what
Yeah, it's the Knight of Swords.
Right.
This is the King of Wands.
The King of Wands. That's what I'm grappling with here.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. The King of Wands, to me, sometimes indicates somebody who can be, they can be a little bit testy at times and impatient. I feel here that, whatever decision you have to make, don't rush this. Don't act out of emotion or out of a need to move fast. I think success comes with taking slow, deliberate steps on whatever it is you are trying to make a decision on.
Christine has added some info there that's interesting.
Oh.
Because I sort of feel like these do represent contrary forces. The Knight of Swords is confident, wants to achieve. The King of Wands is maybe deceptive or has an anti-charisma that may be influencing things. And maybe it's all about, occluding your ability to make the right judgment. So maybe you have to slow down everything to analyze it better, too. There's a sense of that maybe coming from the Knight of Swords.
The stars and the child, to me, yeah.
Can't fool you. I love it.
Yeah, that's true. They can be kind of tricky. And it's definitely a tricky energy.
A malignant Leo personality?
I really feel if it is indicating a person in your life, it's somebody who really feels that they can one-up you in some way, And maybe there's a factor here about control. I do think the king, I'm sorry, I keep doing that. The King of Wands is sometimes about, somebody who's trying to be a little bit manipulative, a little bit controlling, and really wants, allows their ego to kind of get in the way a bit. You speak about some of those attributes of not shining through, but I feel here with that, I think it's almost like the ego gets the best of him. So I don't know if that's depicting somebody in your, okay. Don't conform. I agree with you. No argument from me. And so you've got a decision and a choice to make, and you should run with it. And as a matter of fact, when I look at that and I think about your choice and your decision, you should approach that with the awe, when I see the stars too in the child, with the awe and wonder of a child. This is something you should just go into with the heart of a child, the willingness to explore and to enjoy things, just the experience from the experiential level. So it looks good to me, except for that guy, except for that person. And if that even relates to society or, groups of people that are trying to stifle you and what you want to do, hey, just put up those boundaries, put up those boundaries. There's definitely a naysayer here of some sort,
that
may not like or wants to block you from making a choice or a decision. So good luck with that. I hope you know what we're talking about, because Sometimes at the end of the show.
So the boss is reminding you to read that DM on
Yes.
Twitter.
And I am going to get out of the chat right now and go there.
And I'll blather on for a little bit. I can do that because I have things to blather about. You know, like everybody needs to go and watch my award-winning, okay, it's not award-winning, but it's my big, well-liked show on YouTube, The Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges. And Banshee helped me so much with this, and maybe that's why it's happening, because Banshee showed me her new card reading, her 3-card reading, what's coming towards you, why is it important, where will it lead to? Seems so simple, but I've been using that for the reading. What is the emotional thing coming towards you? Why is it important? Where is it leading? And then I top it off with an affirmation from the Universal Love Oracle deck, also from Banshee, and it just all fits. The affirmations just seem to fit the card readings for the air, fire, water, and earth signs. So that's my emotional exchanges at 7 a.m. on Friday mornings. Was that short? It doesn't look very short to me, Violet. Oh, you like Goth Tarot? Thank you.
Oh,
you know, the other week, that one got a lot more views than normal, too. I think about 2 weeks ago, it got 40 views. We're like, what? But I'm also doing affirmations on that, too. And just to let you know, but we talked a lot about unhappy
Just
hour.
do this and you can take a look.
We talked about unhappy hour, Christine, and how it sort of is like a...
Now, are you giving something away?
I'm talking about this episode.
I know we don't want to talk about unhappy hour till we do it.
Okay. She's so much fun.
Sorry, secret. It's a secret. But check out Unhappy Hour. If you like Goth Tarot, check out Unhappy Hour, 3 p.m. Hey, it's a video. You can watch it anytime. That's Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, Christine and everybody. And there's an announcement at the end about that. I will say that.
Yes, we want to know what people think about Pluto when it's used in asparagus. Because some people think it's like, oh, it's too many minerals, you know. And some people are like, well, it needs to be a little more salt.
Nice, Mr. O. We're just trying to confuse everybody here. So I think we've got the gist of it, and we're going to go ahead and
Thank
do
you,
this.
Christine.
So Uncle Alan, we can at least say that part. Uncle Alan in the guides. So let's see what he thinks about what is going on about improvement. Okay.
Your deck.
And let me get this back up. If I can. Oh, I can't. Why won't it let me? Oh, there we go. All right, I'm back. My deck. We're
We're in Eastern. So
Yep.
right now for us, it's 8:44, quarter to 9 p.m. Are you out on the west?
I use the Tarot of the Rainbows.
And you know what, too, Christine? We found out when we look at our analytics, we get 10 to 15% of folks from many time zones away, like India and over there on the other side of the planet. So it's really cool because, of course, depending on the time of day, they're staying up either very late at night or very early in the morning. We're gonna do something about that too. We have another idea of a show we're gonna do.
You keep talking about it, but we never do it.
I already set the calendar in that one promo.
Okay, you did.
But you won't let me release the promo yet.
That's right. He's almost ready to release something, but because it mentions something I don't want him to talk about. It's hard for a Scorpio to keep a secret, my gosh.
But we're really good at finding them out.
So you're going to do the Lenormand duties?
They'll be done before you.
Well, we've got the King of Pentacles reversed.
I had a feeling it was California. Maybe Banshee told me. I don't know.
This is really interesting. It's the Nine of Pentacles reversed.
The King and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Huh.
And it's the Queen of Wands upright. Oh my gosh. Do I have a story to tell here from Uncle Alan, Violet?
Is he wielding the scythe?
No, Violet should be, probably. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to say about that. But I'm looking at those 3 cards and I definitely see something here. You know, the first thing that came into my mind when I saw that King of Pentacles reversed is Uncle Alan saying to you, why don't you know your worth? Why don't you know your value and your worth? And that may be playing a role here as to why, you know, things are amok, okay? That, you know, you may feel like you're not, you know, whatever was in your your DM there. I don't want to get into the specifics. But he just says, why don't you know your worth? You are of value. You should not think otherwise. And look what's on the end there. Look what the heck is on the end there. The Queen of Wands. That is what he says you could be. You know? But I feel with that 9 of Pentacles in the middle, it's saying that, and you want it. I think you realize you are lacking something here, and you want that. You know, but you already are that, I feel. You know, maybe the idea is within you that you lack this when really people see your light. Maybe people see your light more than you think they do.
Well, I like that because I was going to go in a slightly different direction, but I've reevaluated because at first I thought that 9 of Pentacles maybe is saying, you know, the idea that Uncle Alan thinks, you know, there's more you can do, there's something else you should be pushing the boundaries of. But now I'm sort of looking at that differently and feeling more like what you said, that this could be really about you really wanting to test that probability. Where is that permeable barrier between your abilities and what you really can do to help people? This may be about that question too, of really embracing the idea that there's more here that you can't necessarily shield yourself from or shield anyone else from, that somehow some of this has to happen. And then, of course, we come to those Lenormand.
Yeah, I just wanted to look at that 9 of Pentacles again for a moment there reversed and saying that, you know, maybe Uncle Alan is saying too right now, you know, we always want more, you know, but when the time, or, you know, whether it's more feedback, whatever it is, we always want more. And if more rewards, whatever. But, you know, he might also be saying appreciate where you are at and recognize where you are at. Now, yeah, Mr. O is talking about those Lenormand, and I could almost see 2 things here. One is that maybe Uncle Alan wants you to cut back on the things that are blocking your progress, blocking your movement forward, you know, whatever that is, whether they're mental blocks, whether they're, you know, things from your past, whatever the case may be. It's time to cut them away. Or, well, you can go ahead. I want to think about my second one. I have something else.
It may be more about, you know, how you expand yourself in all ways, whether it's just really about getting your own message out, your shows, your programs out. What are the things that maybe you can reevaluate that are your own ways that you shrink that down, like you said, or cut that down, that maybe there are some definitive ways that you don't realize, you know, you're limiting your progress. And I think that's what the scythe and the ship is look at what stops you from moving ahead or stops you from exploring new things.
Terrain, yes. And, you know, and Uncle Alan really thinks that, like I said, you've got it, you know. When I first saw that card, I tell you, that is the first thing that popped into my head was, why are you questioning your worth, you know? And is it because of outside influences that are making you question your worth? You know, never.
Oh, yeah.
You know, never let that happen. You know,
because that could be
cut
the
back
nine.
on
That could be the reverse 9 of Pentacles too. The idea of things that you don't have control over, the outside stuff.
Yeah. So,
very interesting.
I don't know. I'm looking at the ship though again, and I'm thinking maybe another thing is here. Uncle Alan wants you to also realize everything happens in its time. You know, for example, with the scythe will cut down the wheat when it's ready to be cut, right? And so the moves that you make, you know, make sure you're not moving so fast that, you know, you're going ahead with things before they're ready. You know, so that's another aspect of this as well, I think, when I see the ship and the scythe together. So that's what I see, Violet. That's what we got. I hope that made sense. Oh, I see you said that makes sense. Okay. All right. Whoa, is that the end of the show? Are we actually ending 9 minutes early? Are we sure there's nobody else out there?
Woohoo!
Anybody else out there?
I was so happy to see Christine here. That was so cool.
Yeah.
You're
it's
still
nice to
there.
see
Thank
you.
you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Very nice.
Always great to see people I know from the Twitterverse. You know, like I said, I just think there's so many great people I have met there. I love my Twitterverse.
And it was nice for other people to catch up with us.
Yes, and Anthony coming back, not being a stranger. Always good. And our regular group, always great to see you all. So we didn't go down today. That's another good thing. We may have been a little slow with our internet, but nothing crashed. So that was good. I feel pretty good. So let's leave it at that and close the show. Thanks, everybody. As I said again, join us and find out where it hurts on our Unhappy Hour show. And come and get happy first so you're ready for that at the Happy Hour show. All right.
Okay, have a good practice.
Take care, everybody. Take care, Christine and Angel.
Bye, Kara. Bye, Angel.
All of
Bye,
you,
Violet.
Libra, everybody who's here. We shall see you soon. Bye-bye.